Hello everyone, and welcome back to another custom spotlight. So today we're gonna do a sequel to a video from last year. Last year I did a video talking about my customs of Duck and Oliver. So, since I've done a bit of work on them since, why don't we run them back? Here we are, Duck and Oliver. I'll just back up the camera a little. So since you last saw Duck, he's been given a complete repaint. His stickers, his GWR stickers are kind of starting to come off, so maybe I should just go ahead and paint those on. The number 8 stickers have held up pretty well though. There's not really much to say about Duck. I just gave him a repaint and painted his face again. Oliver has had the same treatment done. I've repainted him completely. Still need to get rid of his piston block. That really bothers me. His stickers have held up a little bit better than Duck's, but they're still kind of peely sometimes. I still need to repaint his coal bunker. Probably should have done that before this video. And he still uses a spare Percy chassis. As you can tell, it's basically the same chassis, but with the sides painted black. I still need to fix his pistons, but like I said earlier. All right, Percy, you're good. You can puff away now, Percy. That's all I needed you for. All right, now that sideline is clear, let's put these two here. I feel like there's 2 engines missing from this little Western duo. I mean, we have Duck, we have Oliver. Who else is missing? Oh yeah. Not particularly great Western engines, but definitely some memorable Scotland ones. I finally have Donald and Douglas. So let's talk about Donald first. So these may just look like Trackmasters, but they're actually knockoffs. You can tell that they are knockoffs because they have pinwheel axles. And in case you want to remind me of the Tomy ones that had pinwheel axles, well, these ones had the painted faces and came in Trackmaster boxes. So, yeah, they're knockoffs. But despite being knockoffs, these are actually pretty good models. They can haul a lot, and they look pretty nice. But I still wanted to do some of my own changes. So, to add a bit of color to them, I painted their running boards white. I know they are not supposed to be white, they're supposed to be black, but I wanted them to stand out just a little bit more, so I gave them white running boards. I contemplated painting one of them blue, but considering that I'm going to introduce them into my series, and the plot point that they need to look identical needs to stay intact, I figured it's for the best that I don't paint them blue. Maybe I'll make blue ones at some point using a second Donald and Douglas, but for right now I'm happy to keep them in black. I also painted the handrails. I repainted Donald's face, gave him eyes that look off to the side. Oh, and I also painted this little bit on the tender. That's Donald, but you can't have Donald without his duck. Yep, I made a little dilly duck out of a chicken that came with a Lego Sonic set. This is one of those little flicky animals. I removed the red thing on top of his head. Now he's a duck that has blue tack on the bottom, so you can stick him onto Donald's front, and the two can go off. Donald has his little duck. Will Dilly be introduced into the series? I don't know. We'll see. Next up, we have Douglas, who I'm sure you're all thinking, how different can he be from Donald, right? Very different. Considering that these two had the exact same face in the Trackmaster line, I decided to edit Douglas's face. So I took some sandpaper and I sanded down Douglas's bottom lip to give him the big toothy grin that one of the twins has. I like it when Donald and Douglas have distinguishable faces. And I think that this makes him look much better. Everything else about him, painted running board, painted side handrails and tender, have stayed the same. But also, like Donald, I created a little second character to go with him. May I introduce you all to the Spiteful Brake Van. Yep, I created the Spiteful Brake Van as well. Honestly, Douglas should have just been released in a Trackmaster set with the Spiteful Brake Van. So funny story about this guy's face, actually. So I originally intended to use a wooden railway Spiteful Brake Van face. But then I thought that the one from the TV series, since the one in the Wooden Railway line is based on the Railway series Spiteful Brake Van face, I thought that the TV series one would probably be more iconic, so it would look a little bit better. So then I tried to track down a model that had the face. And I decided a Bachmann one was the best one that I could get. So I bought it, got it shipped here, and it was too small. But it didn't go to waste though, because not only now do I have a Spiteful Brake Van that I can use with my Bachmann trains, but I actually used that face for reference to hand draw a face for him. I wanted to draw his face in a similar style to the Troublesome Trucks of the time. You can see that probably looking at the two. I thought that if this was going to be an actual release, they'd give him a 2D face instead of a 3D one. So, yeah. But like the Railway Series one, I gave him the letters NW on the side. So he is the NW Brake Van. And because this is just a face held on with blue tack, I can take it off. And put it on the front of him instead. Whichever side I really want to put it on. But I prefer it on the back because he travels backwards in the TV series. And with that being said, that was Douglas. And the Scottish Twins. So if I'm to lift up the camera, there you go. There are the little Western engines, all updated and ready for the series. And you know what? Donald and Douglas means I have all of engines 1 through 8. Means I have all of numbers 1 through 11 and Emily. So all the main characters are completed now. Maybe someday I'll end up giving Emily a number 12 so I can properly complete numbers 1 through 12. But we'll see about that. I'm just happy to have all of the main cast completed. So expect these two and Oliver to make their debuts in season 2. Look forward to that later this year. I think that's basically all I can say about these guys. They aren't the most complex customs in the world, but they didn't need to be. Honestly, I think of all the ones here, I'm proudest of Douglas because of the updated face. He looks so much better with a not ugly face. So, yeah. Oh, actually, since I mentioned Emily earlier, I'm just going to throw this one in just because it's something I technically did. So, Emily here. Firstly, the Spiteful brake fan back here actually came with this Emily. But if I'm to lower the camera back down, that's not the right one. Back down again. I made it so she can more easily run on this track because this coupling back here attached to the tender was really tight originally. I just unloosened the screw and now it moves much easier. So she can navigate curves now. That's it. That's it. I just brought Emily in so I could show you guys that. But yeah, that's all of the little Western engines. Duck, Oliver, Donald, and Douglas. So, yeah, that's basically all I have to say. I'll see you all maybe in 2 weeks for another custom spotlight. See y'all then. I sent him on his way, and this happened. Percy, you really can't be trusted with fruit trucks, can you? Hello everyone, Thomas here. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like it, click the links on the screen. And don't forget to subscribe to Jacob's channel, it would mean a lot. Time to get going now. Goodbye.